Yo, what's up guys? Bill here, Classic Rock and Metal Review. Time to get back to a little of our usual programming now that summer's winding down. And that would be one of the main things we do here every now and then. A rock concert video update. So this one, we'll just call it for September 2024. A lot to tell you about in this area. And we haven't done one of these in probably 3 or 4 months. So a little bit of a backlog. Some of these things actually go back to the very end of last year. I just was unaware of them, and we've done some video updates in 24, but these eluded me for some reason, so I'll just run them by us. 19 commercial releases to talk about, both going back to late 23, recently, and upcoming into October, and 31 bootleg titles. Same deal, past few months. All right, so going to unbox a 3-pack from Japan. These have been sitting on my shelf for a while. I haven't even opened it. I do actually literally save these things until the show. So 3 single DVDs in there as far as I remember. Also some little reviews on some recent things that I've mostly just picked up, and 1 or 2 older titles. Talking The Who, some Jimi Hendrix, some Pink Floyd, the most recent Sabbath concert that I picked up on video. All right, all coming your way right now. Let's get started. It's a mammoth episode. No time to waste. Some great stuff. We'll start with the commercial stuff. Lots of cool stuff on the commercial front, believe it or not. Some of these, like I said, go back a ways, but I missed them, so give them a mention. And before we get started, what's the drink of the day? It's 9 a.m. It's going to be a little coffee, Tito's, and I've got some, believe it or not, some Starbucks iced coffee in the refrigerator. So little Tito's in there. Love it. It is still summer. I do plan on getting out and doing some stuff, but let's get back to some content, right? All right. So commercial stuff, like I said. Oh, also, real quick, I usually do movie talk at the end of this episode for a little bit. I've watched so much shit. Man, you know what? I might not have been doing much content this summer, but I was doing a lot of listening and watching. It's going to have to be its own episode this time. I watched about 25 movies in the last 2 months, so I'm going to go down them all. We're going to have our first ever movie episode coming up next, actually. That should be the next episode as far as I can tell. And about 25 movies from 75 on up to 2024. That I've watched. We'll run down those. I'll also tell you all about what it was like to be in a movie. The latest sort of George Romero production. His daughter Tina's directing Queens of the Dead. Production wrapped up, and I'll tell you all about it. I was part of the zombie horde. So check out the next episode, man. It's going to be really cool. Lots of horror movies, of course. Some other just action, adventure, thriller stuff. Should be a good one. All right, so let's get going. Commercially released rock concert video. So number 1, Bryan Adams. This was actually from like a box set, I guess you'd say. Live at Royal Albert Hall 2021, 4 LP single Blu-ray package. He did 3 albums in their entirety. Cuts Like a Knife, Into the Fire, and Waking Up the Neighbors. It was all filmed, so the Blu-ray on there is that concert. This also came out December 23, just like the Bryan Adams. Warren Haynes Presents Benefit Concert Volume 20. This was filmed actually a couple years back though, December 7th and 8th, 2018, Asheville, North Carolina, where these shows always take place. Now, I'm not seeing this as a standalone video, but you can't resist this package. 3 CDs and 2 Blu-rays, and it's running $19 on Amazon. There's also a 3 CD, 2 DVD package, same content. Got guests, of course, Government Mule plays, Jim James, Grace Potter, Joe Bonamassa, Eric Church, and Dave Grohl, all part of this huge package. So, looks really cool. Journey, live at Lollapalooza, July 31st, 2021. Blu-ray, or there's a 2 CD DVD package out there, which is only $14 for that. So, another reasonable video. Picture and sound reviews really vary on this one. It sounds like the DVDs maybe the way to go on this. The Blu-rays maybe just a DVD put on Blu-ray, so it's actually a little worse picture. It depends on the reviewer, but just so you know that there's some questions about the Blu-ray upgrade on that one. Might just want to go DVD. Here's a pick of the month. I always give you 3. I'm going to give you 3 for commercial and 3 for bootleg. So the first of the 3 commercial recommendations. Blue Oyster Cult 50th anniversary, live in New York City, second night. Blu-ray, or there's a 2 CD Blu-ray package, or 2 CD DVD package, same show. The entire Tyranny and Mutation album. This is great. The first 3 albums are excellent. This might be my favorite, even though when I look at these song titles, I really don't remember much about them. The Red and the Black I do, but Hot Rails to Hell, I'm familiar with those 2. Going by the titles, I just know that when I listen to this album, and I've only listened to it a couple times, it strikes me as possibly their best album. So not something to be overlooked, all right, is this concert DVD that's out there. That version there from this Columbia Albums collection. This is a must. I think a lot of you know that. Bonus tracks on about 6 of these albums are expanded editions. They're the ones pictured on back there. There are remasters for most of the other albums on here, if not all of them. And you get 2 bonus discs, radio broadcasts. What do they call that? Radios Appear. Not forgetting, I haven't been through this whole box in a while, but Tyranny and Mutation on done live. Part of their 50th anniversary is out there. The Beatles in India, a 2022 feature-length documentary regarding the band's 1968 sort of spiritual journey to India. Not sanctioned by the band, so no Beatles music within this video. Just a documentary, 96 minutes. It's got some good reviews so far. Pretty cool. As long as you know that going in, it's not a Beatles product. The Grateful Dead, all the years combined. The DVD collection, 14 DVDs, all right? It's a 2022 release that I hadn't noticed before. 38 hours of concert footage. Winterlands from 74 and New Year's Eve 78. The Dead Ahead concert from New York City, 1980. Oakland, New Year's Eve, 87. Buffalo, 89. And a half dozen others and bonus material, I think, on 2 of the DVDs. So that's just a must-have if you're a Grateful Dead fan. And I feel like this is under $100. I forget the price, but man, that's like an automatic if you're a Deadhead. Eric Clapton, Nothing But the Blues. This was a PBS broadcast, 1995. 4K, Blu-ray, Atmos, Dolby Sound, the whole bit. Fillmore in San Francisco, November 8th and 9th, 1994. 105 minutes from the Cradle tour. I used to have From the Cradle tour rehearsal from VH1, and I'm talking from 94. I taped it myself. I can't find it. I was really in the mood to find it after coming across this new release, but oh well. Martin Scorsese produced and interviewed Eric as part of this sort of concert DVD, interview, documentary, whatever you want to call it. But Eric didn't think it was done right at the time. Didn't think there was enough material, including the original bluesmen that it was supposed to honor, Robert Johnson, Howlin' Wolf, Buddy Guy, B.B. King, etc. But I guess he's sort of releasing it anyway at this point. You know what? Why not? You know? So that looks like a cool one. Another Clapton, The Lady in the Balcony, Lockdown Sessions. Recorded in West Sussex, England, 2021. Steve Gadd on drums, Chris Stainton on keyboards, Nathan East on bass. So it's a mostly acoustic show with some electric at the end. Career-spanning set list. Just under 2 hours, if I remember correct, on that one. 2 old Fleetwood Mac classics are part of this, from the 60s, that is. So kind of a cool little Clapton video there. Chuck Berry, the original king of rock and roll. It's an official, fully authorized documentary. There's DVD or Blu-ray on that one. Sticking with the rock doc theme, Bad Company official authorized 40th anniversary documentary. 90 minutes, DVD or Blu-ray, take your pick on that. Guy, that should be cool. Here's another one of the picks of the month from the commercial area. Rolling Stones, Ole Ole Ole. Trip Across Latin America 2016 documentary. 7 full-length songs live are on this thing. 155 minutes total. DVD or Blu-ray, but I think that Blu-ray is region 2, so be careful if you're going to order that one, which had me digging into my shelf there, back there, to see what's up. I haven't been in the Stones classic area for a while. I have this, might want to see this guy, kind of cool. Top of the line, For Real Productions. This is about 15 years old. This is LA Forum 75. Cool DVD, definitive master edition. I love how they put definitive on there. And then, 6 weeks later, there's a new definitive edition. But I'm sure there's been 10 more versions since this one. All right, this is a great show, though, man. I just love this era. We're right before Black and Blue. That would be even better yet. But Fingerprint Files on here. That's my favorite song of the night. A lot of hits. Rip This Joint's cool, though. And what else is cool? You Gotta Move on here is really awesome. All right, that's my favorite area. I'm like a non-hits guy with the Stones. I think their better songs weren't the hits. All right, I don't know if you guys agree or not. But anyway, classic DVD from the Stones. That's a pick of the month, would be that Ole Ole Ole. Now here's another pick of the month, Stones related. Every night's a Saturday night, the rock and roll life of legendary sax man Bobby Keys. Of course, with the Stones, 90 minutes on this one, DVD only as far as I can tell, but is on Prime Video, so can be watched, rented perhaps, maybe other outlets too. I'm not even sure. Again, onto the shelf back there, Master's Library. And here's one I have. I got it at this, pretty sure I bought this at the same time, about 15 years ago. Keith, Ronnie, and the New Barbarians. What a powerhouse lineup this is. All right, I might as well show you the whole thing. All right, you flip the cover open. This is a trifold. Here's Ronnie. That's cool. Big wide band shot. All right, everyone there. You got Stanley Clarke on bass. Bobby Keys, of course. Let's get this disc out of the way. Get a little peek at this guy. Very basic, just typeface disc there. What a great picture. Gotta love it, man. And who's the other dude that's on here? Stanley Clarke, Joseph Zigaboo Modaliste. I'm going to try to pronounce that as. But man, I haven't watched this in so long. And it's multiple different shows and appearances and stuff, all on one disc. 74 to 79 is their title. I got to revisit this one. That Bobby Keys documentary looks cool. Pick of the month. Motley Crue, The End, live in LA, New Year's Eve 2015, 4K Dolby Atmos Blu-ray of that show. Guys, you have to see this. This is the last time they ever played live. That just came out in April, by the way. April 1st of 2024. Here's one that came out May 10th, 2024. Peter Gabriel, Back to Front, 4K Blu-ray, 25th anniversary of the album So, 2013 at the O2 Arena in London. The original band from the So tour reunited to do this show. So that's kind of cool. If you're a fan of that album, not so much for me. Revival 69, Toronto Rock and Roll Revival Festival. DVD only on this one. It's 2 hours. John Lennon and the Plastic Ono Band, The Doors, Bo Diddley, Alice Cooper, Chuck Berry. Kind of a cool title, This was just released July 2nd of this year. Upcoming, finally, Todd Rundgren, 2 separate DVDs. Performs 2 entire albums, so they're each coming out on their own DVD. The Todd album from 1974. This is a 65-minute concert recorded in 2010. And another one coming out same day, this September 6th. Healing, 1981 album, performed in entirety, 70 minutes on that one, also recorded 2010. Standalone DVDs or CD-DVD combos are available for both of those shows. John Mayall's Blues Breakers. Man, what a out-of-the-blue kind of thing this is. Up Close and Personal, live in Texas, recorded in 1998-99. This is a Blu-ray, 60 minutes. That's kind of a cool one. Also September 6th on that release. And wrapping up the commercial releases, America and Friends live at the Ventura Theater, Blu-ray, with special guests Andrew Gold and Stephen Bishop. Previously only released on DVD. This is released on Cleopatra as a Blu-ray. As a side note, speaking about America, I'm a huge fan of them guys. If I haven't already said so. Looking forward to also September 6th. Seems to be a big release date for music. Live from the Hollywood Bowl 1975 on CD. This was released this past April, vinyl only. Single CD, and it's only like 12 or 15 bucks, so I'll be grabbing that one. First live album with original member Dan Peek, who left the band in '77. Famous Beatles producer who George Martin, who produced 5 of America's albums, conducts symphony orchestra on 9 of the 20 songs on the live album. Really looking forward to that. Took a listen to Ventura Highway from that album, and what I really like about it is you can hear bassist David Dickey really clear. He had a really cool bass style. It was kind of aggressive and kind of contrary to the band's acoustic style, which I love. So he sounds pretty prominently represented on this album. I'm really looking forward to that. And also, as a side note, the band's been releasing single songs from a BBC concert in 1973. It's previously unreleased. So far we've got I Need You, 3 Roses, and Everyone I Meet Is from California. I think Head and Heart was just released the other day. If you're into Old America with Dan Peake, check out their website, their YouTube channel, America. Pretty cool. And just as a side note, guys, another side note. Me and my side notes. I have all of their original albums with Dan Peake, except for the first, as Japan Imports. And I'm going back to the early 90s. Barry from the Record Castle, dude, this is your shout out. He ordered these for me, and really cool, because you could only get these on vinyl, which I bought them on vinyl. When I found out you could order them, I think I paid like $22 each. Bonus tracks, excellent sound. You know, I know they're out there now to be had, but at the time, 30 years ago, they weren't. Pretty cool. Simple Life on there as a bonus track. This is Hearts, their 1975 album. Just showing you this one because this would be the tour from that Hollywood Bowl show that's coming out. Get your usual Japanese lyric book with it. Kind of cool, but even the book itself. And man, I do keep my... what few things I've kept from back in the day look great. It's a shame I didn't keep them all. All my metal, especially, is what I'm talking about. That's what's going. Nice lyric book with this one. Just awesome. But I got their other, not the first, but I have the other 6 first albums with Dan Peake ordered from Japan. They're all still on my shelf. Never got rid of those. No friggin' way. All right, on to some bootleg releases, guys. All right, I usually stick to pro only, but there's some notable amateur shot stuff out there. And it's pro shot unless otherwise noted, but there is a good amount of fan shot stuff, just because it's not a good amount, but there's some worth mentioning. So here they are. There's lots of 2024 shows popping up. That would be one thing to point out to you too. So let's start out with Billy Joel at the Garden, the final show. 2 DVD-Rs on Uxbridge. This is from July 25th, 2024. 150 minutes. Axl Rose guests on 3 songs. It's amateur shot, but since it is, listen guys, it's his last show ever. He's never going to play another live show again. So you got to get this DVD, right? He's never going to play another show. It's the final show. Aerosmith, Peace Out, complete farewell tour, 3 DVD-Rs on Shades. The 3 shows Aerosmith managed to do 2023 before, of course, Steven Tyler's vocal issues. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Elmont, New York from September of 2023. No Joey Kramer on drums, which really sucks, man. I really wish they, it just sucks. What else can I say? 3 complete shows. Now, they announced they're into touring recently, but because unfortunately Steven Tyler's just not healing the way he had hoped. It's a shame because that Philly video, man, they sound great. Yet another final tour. Guys, they're never going to play another show again, So all 3 are amateur shot, though, but I can tell you what, that Philly show looks amazing. Someone had a great view on that one. Scorpions, Wacken 2024. This one's pro shot. Germany, August 1st of 2024, like not even a month ago. Shades, 97 minutes. Same day, KK's Priest, Wacken 2024. Another Shades product, pro shot, 70 minutes. And yet another, this is Accept Wacken 2024, another one from Shades, pro shot, 93 minutes. Hoping to catch this KK's Priest Accept tour. It's like in a couple weeks. Except I have to schlep it 100 and some miles, but I'm going to try. Maybe grabbing these DVDs as my fallback, Even more Accept Hellfest 2024. This is from Clisson, France. June 29th of this year, 2024. 60 minutes and pro shot on Shades. Shades DVD-R as usual. Supertramp, Munich 1983. Kind of a cool title here. Amity's the label, Pro Shot, July 24th of 83, 97 minutes. As far as I know, the last tour with Roger Hodgson, original member. Def Leppard, Sirius XM Garage, on Shades, DVD-R, Pro Shot, June 12th, 2024, 60 minutes. They do 8 songs from Pyromania, I assume promoting that Super Deluxe edition that came out right around then. Iron Maiden, Behind the Iron Curtain, original MTV version. This is a DVD-R on Shades. I think this is a jewel case style. Eastern European tour documentary. 6 songs live from the Hammersmith Odeon, October 12th of 84. The original MTV broadcast version and the longer VHS version, both on here. Total of 88 minutes, Pro Shot. Here's an interesting one. Journey, Houston 1981 HD remaster on Uxbridge DVD-R. 77 minutes, Pro Shot of course, commercially available DVD for years. Not on Blu-ray though, in the commercial market. So this is being touted as an upgrade. So I actually watched this on YouTube earlier this week. And man, this, first of all, I never saw the show before. It's insane. It's great. I don't know if the dude who posted it on YouTube used editing software, because I think he called it an upgrade on the listing on YouTube. So if this is what you're getting on here, and I don't know if it is, but man, it looks fantastic. I can't see it looking much better. It's so crystal clear. MTV filmed this show around 4 months into their existence and did a great job. Old school concert film, you know. Nice long looks at people playing. Not that crazy bullshit editing that would happen later on, basically because of MTV style. This is old, as you can imagine, 81. Film techniques were pretty primitive, and I'm glad they were. It looks cool. Bruce Dickinson, Hellfest, 2024, France. Pro Shot, 81 minutes. Also includes 2 promo videos at the end. A little shot here. Riot, now known as Riot 5. Rock Hard Festival 2024, another Shades DVD-R. Germany, May 19th of this year. Pro Shot, 75 minutes. And pretty heavy on classic material, by the way. Megadeth, Buenos Aires 2024. From an April 14th show. Again, Shades DVD-R, Pro Shot, Argentina. Bonus footage, 2 songs, acoustic. Live at Hotel Madero from 2 days later, April 16th. So a total of 102 minutes on that show. That looks pretty cool. Megadeth Europe 2024, Grass Pop and Hellfest. 2 DVD-Rs on Shades, Pro Shot, both of them June of this year, 2024. 76 minutes for the Grass Pop Metal Meeting, Belgium. 62 minutes, Hellfest, France. 130 minutes total on that one. Speaking of Megadeth, I just recently got in the mail from a used CD site in Japan. Killing is my business. Business is good. We're talking some lovey long time action here, right? Had this when it was brand new on vinyl. This is an old school Combat CD. It was like 12 bucks, man. I needed this album. This is the way to go, right? You still got these boots on here, which I think they had copyrights issues with later on. One of those albums back in the day, I can tell you. I really was a little underwhelmed, a little disappointed with it. Guitars weren't as crunchy heavy as Metallica. Always wondered why. But still ended up throwing this album on a lot, and I still really kind of liked it. So just throwing that out there for you. Billy Preston and Guests, episode 118. This is from May 2nd of 1975. NBC Studios, Burbank, California, on the Midnight Special. No label with this one. I have a VH1 replay of this where it's really condensed, but here's the complete show, which really looks cool. Pro Shot, of course, 68 minutes. Jeff Beck does 2 songs, plays on 2 of Billy Preston's songs. 1 song with Jeff Beck, Buddy Miles. So you also get 2 songs from Rufus featuring Shaka Khan, 2 by LaBelle. So usual mixed bag of artists on here, but featuring Billy Preston and Jeff Beck. That looks cool. Badfinger, a riveting and emotionally gripping saga. Japan Laserdisc, transferred to DVD-R. No label on this one. 59 minutes. Documentary, previously only available as Laserdisc and VHS going back to 1997. Scorpions, Rock in Rio, Lisboa, 2024. We're in Portugal. Pro Shot, Shades, DVD-R. It runs 96 minutes. Demon, Newcastle, 1982. Pick of the month here, and it's ordered. I'm not missing out on some Demon DVD action. No label, DVD-R Pro Shot at Tiffany's in the UK from August 9th of 1982. 59 minutes. I'm not even a huge Demon fan. I just kind of like these guys, you know. I don't even know why. When I put their albums on, I'm always underwhelmed, but there's still just something just cool about them. I've got The Plague, I've got Night of the Demon, I've got also Unexpected Guest, and I haven't even listened to it. So this would be the album that this tour is from. So my video is on the way. I guess I should try to listen to this first a little bit, right? But 1982 album from them. That should be cool. Another one from Demon, Rock Hard Festival 2024. This was a DVD-R from Shades, Pro Shot, 60 minutes. Singer Dave Hill would be the only original member left in the band at this point. Gary Moore, Blues for Greenie. No label, DVD-R, live at Shepherd's Bush Empire, London from April 27th, 1995. 93 minutes, Pro Shot. Now, it was released in 1996 in PAL format VHS, and it's a tribute to Fleetwood Mac's Peter Green. There was also a tribute CD with, I believe, the same name, Blues for Greenie. So this is kind of a cool retro upgrade, I guess you'd call it. All right, Genesis, Vienna, 1978, 16mm HD. The full title on this guy by Amity. Considered an upgrade. It's a DVD-R Pro Shot. 7 songs, but I think they're incomplete, judging by the 25-minute running time. 5 tunes from Austria, August 28th, 78. 2 from Nebworth, June 24th. Here you go, a bunch of Zeppelin titles. You guys have seen these out there. Wendy label, which specializes in Zeppelin, doing all these, basically a whole video series of Zeppelin. So the film series, Volume 4, 1975, 8 different venues, 9 dates. Volume 5 is 1975, 7 more dates. Volume 6, 1977, 9 different dates on that one. But Volume 9 is all Montreal, February 6, 1975 footage from the Forum. You got Disc 1 with the original film and Disc 2 remastered version. Rolling Stones, Los Angeles, 1989, Second Night, the video. 2 DVD-Rs on Uxbridge, 139 minutes. Disc 1 is the original with time counter, and Disc 2 is your remaster. Jeff Beck, North Sea Jazz Festival 2006, HD, DVD-R on Uxbridge, 67 minutes from July 14th of 2006. Ahoy Hall, Rotterdam, Netherlands. Here's a pretty cool one. Elton John, Wembley, 1977 upgrade. Uxbridge again. Man, Uxbridge is killing it this month. 141-minute DVD-R. It's from November 3rd of 77 at Empire Pool, London. Linda Ronstadt, When Will I Be Loved? Title on this one, Offenbach, Germany, November 16th of 76, Pro Shot, 76 minutes. No label on this one, it's a DVD-R. Alcatraz, Metallic Live, 84, 101-minute Pro Shot show. No label on this one. Silver Press, finally. Nakano Sun Plaza, Tokyo, January 28th of 1984. Bonus CDR option on some of the sites for this one. First Live in Japan is from Osaka, January 24th, so just 4 days before the video, but the CDR is amateur recording. Finally, guys, another pick of the month, along with that Alcatraz, actually. I think I forgot to mention that. Black Sabbath Download Festival 2005. No label on this, 93 minutes, DVD-R. You got the full-on John DVD case, which I love. Sold out, all right? I ordered it, and I think I might have been the last one to order because it was sold out the next morning when I checked it again. But that looks cool. We'll be going over Rockwave Festival from the same year, a couple weeks away from this at the end of the show, so stick around for that Sabbath info. Guys, time to go over some recent pickups of mine and some recent viewing. We'll unbox that 3-pack from Japan at the end here. So let's start out with something I picked up a few months ago, The Who, Charlton, 1974. I don't think I showed you guys this yet, but no label on this one, live in London. This is from May 18th of 1974, football grounds. It's pro shot and a total of 140 minutes on here. Single DVD-R, but you get two versions of the same partial show, all right? Version 1, the original film master, and then version 2, they call it the BBC Second House Master. Each has a few songs that's not on the other, so it kind of makes watching both worth doing. Good show, good quality. A little frustrating though, I have to tell you, overall, just knowing that the set list is incomplete and out of order, but it's a nice upgrade to what I had previously, which was just a burned copy through trades. And it looks really good. This one looks so good. And the original looked decent, but man, not compared to now. This just remastering these days is just making everything classic look even better. It's not the best Who I've ever heard live and so forth, but it overall it's a really good show. I think I'm just bothered by that incomplete, out of order set list sort of factor. But here's what you get on the inside. Like I said, no label. Nice cool John there. There's your disc. Pop that disc out so you guys can look at that whole inner photo of the band. Pretty rocking, pretty stomping there. I like that Daltrey look there. So cool one, and it's a DVD-R. So I think it was 18 bucks, you know. So kind of cool to upgrade to this one. And Who live? Did they ever disappoint live? I don't think so. Here's a classic title. Here's something I've had for a good dozen years or so. Thin Lizzy. Are You Ready? How many titles does this thing have? Greatest Hits Live, Rock Palace, all right? Rock Palace. I'm not sure how to even say that after all these years. Are You Ready? I guess is the main title, all right? 1981, Germany. We're at this in the Snowy White era, obviously. And man, what a cool show. Eagle Vision put this out. It's 112 minutes, and there's no bonus features or anything on this, but you do get a couple of those sort of drifting horizontal lines. I don't know why so many of the European broadcasts kind of have that, but not too bad. You know, I don't know, they're there in so many certain songs and they're not there at all in others. It's a little kind of perplexing that way. Very cool 79 to 81 heavy set list. Of course, you got some standard old classics. You also have a couple cool older songs, Suicide's in here, you know. That's kind of cool. But Disasters, decent. Genocide, I just love. I don't know, I just love that tune, man. I know a lot of people don't love, is that Chinatown, right? Man, I dig Chinatown. Trouble Boys would probably be the one on here, or there's probably two on here. Trouble Boys and Memory Pain that are just a little on the, I don't know, they're good songs. I think they're probably better on record than live though. You know, but overall this is just a kick-ass show, man. Love Thin Lizzy. I love them to death, and I love the era with Snowy White in there, so no problem for me. A must if you're a Chinatown Renegade or even Black Rose fan. Several songs from Black Rose on here. So quick peek at this one. Store-bought commercial product here, guys, not a bootleg. All right, and I think this thing's out of print now, so grab it if you can. I think I've seen it on eBay at $30, $40 these days. That's something I just watched about a week ago. Kicks ass. Black Sabbath. Here's something I just picked up a few months ago. DVD-R. Just got around to watching it. I know. How do I hold on to shit this long and not watch it? I don't know. Because I'm busy. Drinking. And sitting on the beach. Boogie boarding. Fishing. Jet skiing. You name it. This is Rockwave Festival. We're in Athens, Greece, June 25th, 2005. Man, I saw Sabbath twice in the reunion era of Ozzy. 99 and also 2003 with Halford. So we won't even count that one. But 2005, I think it was an Ozfest. Man, I think that 2005 show was just as good, if not better, than that 99 show. And the 99 show was awesome. But I've always stuck to my guns that 2005 was great, and this show is also excellent. And honestly, I went into this thing not really expecting, I don't know, I guess it's only 6 years from 99, but in my mind, while they're a little older at this point, it can't possibly be as good as 99. Not sure if I'm remembering right, the show I went to. I was remembering completely correctly. This thing is great. Ozzy is, I don't know, he almost seems like he's as good or better than 99. Tossing those buckets of water, running around the stage. He's smiling his ass off like he's in the best mood possible. It's just a really, really solid show. Now his voice, of course, not the best at this point, and it gets worse as the show goes along, and it really hits the bottom of the barrel for Children of the Grave. They probably shouldn't have even done the song, but how are you going to know till you start trying it, I guess. Ozzy just completely fails on Children of the Grave. But so the hell what? The rest of the show's awesome. Man, I'm so glad I picked this. This was another one. I think I grabbed it off RZ. And like the next damn day, it was sold out. So I don't know if I got the last of this one. You can't wait on these things or they're just gone. I'm a sucker for anything in the full-size case, favorite bands, and a Pro Shot. All right, and this fits all those three. I don't wait. I don't hesitate. All right, we'll be talking about some more Sabbath next soon on a Sabbath update. But I just ordered the download 2005 from UK. It's only a couple weeks away from this show, and like I mentioned before, it was sold out the next. As soon as I see that shit, I order that. I don't wait. All right, or you're missing out. So this was a great one. Ozzy, absolute top of his frontman game, showman game, killing it. All right, 91 minutes Pro Shot. Picture a little grainy though. It's probably a 7.5. All right, honestly, but steady, no glitches or flubs. The sound is very good stereo, soundboard, and the audience has barely heard that. That would be one sort of drawback. Next, Jimi Hendrix, Electric Circus. So did a little prepping with my Valleys of Neptune that I picked up a year or two ago and never listened to. So I knew Electric Church was a 70 show. So this is, I believe, mostly late 69 and 70 material on this one. Cool one. That's a commercially available CD, as is this Blu-ray. I think I picked this up for like $6 last fall. Atlanta Pop Festival, July 4th, 1970. So a concert event documentary before the Jimi Hendrix performance, and then a little bit of a sort of wrapping it up at the end there with some more documentary footage. Very cool. You hear from the event organizers, the musicians themselves, local residents describing the scene, lots of old vintage footage, of course. Billy Cox on bass, Mitch Mitchell, and Jimi Hendrix. Great Jimi show. All Along the Watchtower, Spanish, Castle Magic, and Freedom, probably my three favorites from here. Slight reinterpretation of the older Stone Freeze, also really cool. Great picture and sound overall on this thing. Go for the Blu-ray on this. I know there's a DVD out there. A few places the picture can be a little rougher than most. Overall, it's really excellent. Concerts on DVD. That's a website I've talked about before. I got like 10 shows for $50 on there. Some of them DVD, some of them Blu-ray. That was about a year ago I talked about them. They have a summer sale going on right now. It's not as good as the one from last summer, which is when I think I got this for $5. All right, here's the inside of that guy. Single, Blu-ray. Which, I'd never seen any kind of documentary on Atlanta Pop Festival. So that was just awesome. I liked the documentary a lot, and the concert's great. The documentary sort of continues at the end after Jimi plays. You get a sort of wrap up, like I was saying. So nice show there from Hendrix. On to some Pink Floyd. A little bit of a story to tell with this one. Torino, 1994, the video. I stumbled sort of into watching this. I was at the record store and came across this, the Live Bell. I had to go to my phone to see what the hell I was looking at. It was in with the regular CDs. They're not a bootleg store, so they just basically had something. They didn't realize they didn't realize what they had. They just thought it was a live album probably, because it does look pretty official. A 1994 Italy, made in Italy, CD music company, audience recording bootleg, okay? From Joe Robbie Stadium, Miami. Discs are falling out of it as I flip, so can't show you anymore. Hold them up. As audience tapes go, sound pretty good. I went on YouTube in the store to see what I was getting. Sound is actually pretty damn good, and you know what? Making a little of an effort to try to get a little more in the audience stuff. And you know, I'm kind of thinking, well, here's a classic, basically a vintage 30-year-old bootleg, $6, double CD. Artwork's in good shape and all. Let me just grab it, all right? So anyway, I'm kind of thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure I have a 94 DVD, you know, somewhere down in my pile of DVD-Rs. And what do you know? I go to the top of a massive pile of 30 or 40 things, and it's sitting right on top. I have no idea why. I just must have shuffled them that way. So here it is. So I throw it on. All right, let me check it out. I got this CD to listen to. What's up with this DVD? All right. So throw it on. It's amateur shot. Actually sounds really good. After a couple songs, I realized this thing might be soundboard recording, you know, which it actually is. And as I'm watching it, some of this dialogue sounded kind of familiar. So I go up to my shelf, and here you go. It is a soundboard concert that I just haven't heard it in years. Torino, 1994. So the sound from the audience shot video was lifted off the soundboard quality bootleg. So I love that. I don't ever mind that. Audience shoot all you want. If you have some soundboard sound, you can dub over the top, make it sound great. You know, this thing sounds great. The video is a little rough in the beginning. It does after a couple songs sort of straighten out. The filmer really gets a handle of things, does some appropriate sort of wide shots for seeing the whole stage, appropriate close-ups of Gilmour and all that. So it's a really cool watch, and this came as a bonus to this DVD. It's a no label DVD-R that came as a bonus to the double CD. Let's see if the CD has a label on it. I think we do have a label, but man, even with glasses, I can't see that. I can't read that little, there's an emblem in the corner of the back CD, so. Zion, maybe? No, Sigma. That's your label, okay? It's a good show. I like Division Bell. I like that a lot more than Elapsed Some Reason. So, Torino, 1994, the video. And last but not least, just gave this a watch last night. The Alman Brothers, Capital Connection, 1981. I am a fan of that first reunion era. Reach for the Sky, Brothers of the Road. I like those albums. So here's that era. Mystery Woman from the Madness of the West. That's a great song. That's unfortunately a little chopped up. You only get the end of it. Got a Right to Be Wrong. Great Dickie song. Need Your Love So Bad. Ditto on that. Angeline. I love that one. That was on the box sets. That was the only one I was familiar with from that era. Pegasus is on here. I think I kind of nodded off during Whippin' Post is actually killer on here. And that's as far as I got last night. But that would be the last video I've watched in the last month or two. So on to a little unboxing, and then we'll wrap it up, guys. Thanks for hanging in there. All right. 3 DVDs from what I remember. This thing's been sitting up there for months. All right. They're all from the same band. They're all from the same era. All right. Let's see what we got here. And I kind of know what we got, but I'm never really sure. All right, what do we got here? Let's start out with Van Halen, Diver Down Largo. These all 3 are DVD-Rs. You know, that Tokyo Dome 2013 came out a couple months ago. And this happens a lot in the commercial world and bootleg world. Some big release comes out, we start repressing older stuff. So, Largo I used to have burned and from my trade-in days and kind of lost. I think I left it in my buddy's house, so that's gone. So here we got a semi-official, at least, DVD-R. But I remember this is an excellent show. All 3 of these are Pro Shot. All right. These sell right out too. All 3 of these were sold out within days. So just happened to be on, I think it was RZ at the right time. So killer show. Bonus track, David Lee Roth interviews, 147 minutes total. I think the show's around 2 hours, maybe less. So that interview is probably pretty long. Half hour. All right. Largo. Gotta have this one. Had it, lost it, got it back. Coolness there. Some more VH. Caracas, 1983. So now we're January of 83. Diver Down Tour. Action. Now this one I didn't remember being 2 discs, but it's in a full-size jewel case, so I'm guessing it is. Let's flip this open and see what's up. Live at Palidro de Caracas, Venezuela. All right, let's see what's the difference with these 2 discs. Can't possibly be the same show. Pro Shot color, 70 minutes on disc 1. Incomplete, but upgrade on disc 2, 56 minutes. So shorter version, but it's an upgraded version on disc 2. So coolness there. Get my fill of Diver Down era, which I love that album, man. I'm good with Diver Down. And there's disc 2. So cool. These were all $10 each. So even the double disc, I think, well, maybe that was 15 a couple months ago. And finally, Diver Down Brazil. Watched a little of this one on YouTube, or maybe it was the other one, I don't even know. Months ago. What do we got here? January 21st, 83. Sao Paulo, Brazil. All right. Hell yeah. There's no such thing as too much Pro Shot VH without Hagar. All right, guys, that's going to pretty much do it. Like I said, next episode is going to be an all-movie episode. I usually do that now. I don't feel like having this episode go any longer. Do you? All right, we're going to run through 20 or 25 movies I watched in the last couple months. Just run through them, give you my little 2 cents. Also, tell you about the movie I was in. You heard me right. I started it. Okay. All right, guys. Catch us all later. Hope everyone had a great summer. All the usual programming's coming up. Sabbath updates, CD, bootleg updates, monthly haul. Might just be monthly listening party. Summer wrap-up style. All right? Because, yeah, I've got 10 things in the last month, but haven't really listened to them yet. Why don't we just talk about the things I have listened to? It's almost the same difference. Guys, everyone have a great rest of your day. I'll catch y'all asses later.